What is going on, everybody? Been a diehard Pistons fan since '03 and eager to see this team getting back to playing winning basketball. Been a slow news week reading up to the preseason for the Detroit Pistons, but something interesting did happen today, and that is the upcoming City Edition jerseys got leaked. Now, what you see on the screen right now is the City jerseys they wore last year. So in this video, we will unveil what the City jerseys will be this year. We'll talk about what I think about those jerseys. I'll show you all 30 NBA City jerseys for the upcoming season. And then towards the back half of the video, I do want to talk about if the Pistons should do a total rebrand and if I think they will in the future. So to waste no time, I'll go ahead and show the City jerseys for the upcoming year, and they are on screen now. So, of course, they are very, very similar to last year's jersey. They are very much just the white version of last year's jersey, paying homage to the Bad Boys era Pistons. Got the black and orange trim with the white front and back. Overall, I like them. I like them more than the black ones personally. I just think that they look relatively clean. I think they look pretty cool. A lot of people have mentioned that they look very, very similar to the home jerseys of Oklahoma State that, of course, Cade Cunningham wore in college. I think that comparison is pretty obvious and very, very real. I can see why people see that within these jerseys, but I definitely think that these are okay. Now, I know a lot of people are not the biggest fan of alternate jerseys. I know when the Pistons had the green St. Cecilia jerseys, my mom always hated them because she just couldn't wrap her head around the Pistons wearing green. I know a lot of people probably feel the same way with the black and orange, even though that does tie back to the Bad Boys era. That was never actually an official color scheme for the Pistons, though. But it just is what it is. Most teams have pretty out there City jerseys that don't match their basic standard color scheme. So there really isn't much to say on that. They're going to have them. They're going to wear them. Nike and the NBA wants to sell as many jerseys as possible. So that is how they go about doing that. I definitely really like these, though. I would rate them probably third in our recent alternates. Number one on the list, teal. Loved those, the throwback teals. I'm very pro teal. We'll get into that later potentially. Number two, I really like the red alternates that they wore in Cade's rookie year with the teal trim. I thought those were awesome. And then I would place these third. I definitely like these more than last year's Black City jerseys. I like them more than the St. Cecilias. I like them more than any of the Motor City iterations that we had. I think generally speaking, these are pretty cool jerseys. They'll also probably come with a matching court. Last year when the Pistons wore the black Bad Boys jerseys, there was a matching court that they did use when they wore those jerseys at home. So I would expect to see that as well again this year. It might just be the exact same as last year or slightly different when it comes to alternate courts. So I'll quickly go ahead and just flash all 30 NBA Team City jerseys on the screen. Of course, this is a Pistons focused YouTube channel, but I did want to put these out there. These all leaked today. I know a lot of people might think, oh, these might be fake. These might not be real. Just trust me, they definitely are. This happens every single year where the jerseys for the upcoming season get leaked in advance on Twitter because Nike has to get out pictures for stock images to websites in order to be able to sell them, and it always happens in advance. If you just have a critical and skeptical eye, you can definitely tell when these things are real and fake, and these are definitely 100% real. If they are wrong, I don't know, I'll shave my head on a video because it's real, trust me. So what I want to talk about now is if the Pistons will ever rebrand. It's something that gets discussed a lot within Pistons circles. Of course, as long as I've been watching the Pistons for 20 years, their main home and away jerseys have been more or less the same. I know, of course, back then Reebok made the jerseys and then Adidas took over and now Nike. So there has been some small changes. I think they've added white trim on the side that wasn't there back in the day. Of course, they put a Nike logo on the jerseys now along with an advertisement. That's new, but the jerseys have remained more or less the same, dating all the way back to the 90s when they had the teal. That was the last time that there was any monumental changes to the jerseys. Do I think that they will change them? I don't. I think that if they were going to, they would have done that already. If they were going to make any big changes to the jerseys. I think that they would have done that right around the COVID pandemic era when they were kind of turning over the roster and got rid of Blake and Andre and Reggie and all of those guys. I think that would have been the time if they were going to rebrand or bring out a new logo. That is when they were going to do it. And I personally think that is okay. Sometimes the jerseys do seem a little bit stale and old and boring, but realistically, these jerseys have a lot more of cultural identity than most other NBA teams. I know it's easy to forget now because the Pistons have been so bad for a long time, but the jerseys are pretty iconic. The Detroit Pistons home and away jerseys are something that even the most casual of NBA viewers can definitely quickly see and identify, and that also goes for the logo. If they were ever going to rebrand, I would love to see them go back to the horse-style basketball logo, but still red, white, and blue, like they had right during that championship run in 2003, 2004. If you guys remember, after the teal era had came and went, they brought out the horse logo, but with red, white, and blue. If they wanted to go back to that logo, count me in. I do think that was pretty awesome. The teal, as much as I love it, that's not coming back permanently. If they want to use those as throwbacks every year like they did 2 seasons ago, I'm also in for that. But that's just not going to be a permanent long-term solution. So that's pretty much all I've got to say on jerseys for this upcoming year. This is definitely not a topic that will probably get covered again until they either release new jerseys again or till next summer once the regular season and even preseason gets underway. There's not going to be a lot of time to be sitting here discussing jerseys, so I did want to make a video just kind of giving my thoughts on these new city jerseys and also going over the ideas of a rebrand. Like I said, I like these jerseys. If I had to rate them on a 1 to 10, I'd give them a cool 7.8 out of 10. I think that they're pretty nice, but not my favorite ever. That would probably be the teals, but of course, that's for special occasions, right? None of these jerseys I would love to see every night because, like I mentioned, I do think that the regular jerseys they have are pretty iconic and culturally relevant. So that's pretty much all I got to say. I think the other black jerseys with the blue and red stripe are going to be back as well. I want to say that those are like longer term alternates. They do so many jerseys nowadays, it's hard for me to keep track of what's coming and what's going. I know some of them carry over for like 2 to 3 years. I'm almost certain, like 95% sure, the black ones that say DET on the front with the blue and red stripe and the Jordan logo in the corner are the long-term ones. The black ones that look like these but are black will be phased out and these will replace those. So I'm 90% certain that is how that'll work. But again, I could be wrong because I'm just a jersey enthusiast, not a jersey expert. So let me know what you guys think about these. I'll be excited to see them wear these. I think that it will be pretty cool to see Cade wear them, especially because they're so similar to the Oklahoma State unis. Let me know what y'all think. I'll catch up with y'all soon.